All right. With that, we welcome you back to Singapore for the 8th edition of the FIBA 3x3 Asia Cup. The 4th straight year we find ourselves back in the Lion City for the region's biggest event as we are loaded as usual for this Asian invasion. Began with 48 teams. After 2 wild days of qualifying draw action, we're now down to 24 teams. That's 12 men's, 12 women's, gunning for 3 medals apiece in each gender's competition. Of course, the goal here in Singapore is gold. Tournament takes a turn today. Much stiffer competition with the direct qualifiers seeing their first action. Top seeds, defending champs, even some Olympians showcasing their skills for their respective countries. So I'm telling you, these 10-minute sprints to 21 are going to be fast and furious. Some friendly faces, some local fans here in the Lion City already pouring into the venue here at OCBC Square. This is where it's going down. And here are your previous winners, all the way back to 2013. Again, this is the 8th edition. Started with Qatar, and obviously Mongolia's won a couple. The Aussies have dominated more than any other country. That's both in the men's and women's competition. And they will be trying to do the same again this year. Australia trying to repeat, run it back. Here are the women's winners dating back to 2013. India was the inaugural winner. Since then, it's been Australia, New Zealand, Australia, China, and Australia. So 4 golds for the Aussies. They're looking for a three-peat this time around. And you see New Zealand on the court now getting warmed up. The 2018 champs. They'll be trying to make a run at the top medal honor yet again. All right, now before we get into the action, you, of course, must know the rules of engagement, right? So have a seat. Get your notepad out and get ready to listen to the ins and outs of 3x3 after we show you the pools, because you want to know the teams. A, B, C, and D, top 2 from each group advance to the elimination round. You can choose your favorites for yourself. Me and Angelo Zakarakis will give you our favorites after, of course, we show you how the game is played. And here are your women's squads in action. Got crazy yesterday in qualifying draw play. How about Indonesia making their way in? Chinese Taipei getting in there. Republic of Korea undefeated. Oh, we got so much to get into. We'll get into the storylines in a bit, but here are the rules of 3x3.
Yo, what's good? My name is Kyle Montgomery, AKA the voice of 3x3. And if for some reason you still don't know the rules of 3x3, it is time to tap in. Class is officially in session. So on our half court, you've got 2 teams of 3 players with 1 additional substitute on the bench. Yo, what's up, sub? Can I check in? In 3x3, even the ball is different. This is the official Wilson right here. Trust me, it's groovy, baby. This game is pedal to the metal. 10-minute game clocks, just 12-second shot clocks, and a 1st to 21 scoring format for the win. If a team doesn't score 21 points, all they have to do is outscore their opponent within 10 minutes. And you know we keep it street. In this game, we score by 1s and 2s. Anything inside the arc is worth 1. Anything outside of the arc is worth 2. Still got it. And this game is all gas, no brakes. Literally, after the opening check ball, play is continuous. Make or miss, offense turns to defense just like that. This 10-minute sprint is just getting started. We'll see you at the top.
All right, now that you're comfortable with how the game is played, another look at the teams that will be playing this 10-minute sprint to 21. Women's Pool A action. This one can be spicy. Republic of Korea looked really good in the qualifying draw, and we've got 2 former champions in this group, in China and in New Zealand, who have both earned gold at the Asia Cup stage before. Before we go any further, let's introduce ourselves before the players get introduced. I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry. Angelo Zakarakis, a.k.a. the Czar, is alongside. I'm Kyle Montgomery, a.k.a. the voice of 3x3. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead, Angelo. You take over the show. I'm sorry.
Brother, when you have an artist in full display of his craft, I mean, you just let it go. You just let it ride.
I was Jimi Hendrix on a guitar riff right there. Not that good, but I get it. How do you, number one, qualifying draw's over. Here we are. We're going into the main draw. We're ready. How do you feel about getting into the thick of this competition? And then tell me what you think about this matchup.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was nicely surprised by yesterday's action. I think that everybody elevated to the occasion and really put their best foot forward in trying to get those last tickets to the main dance. But now we got the main dance.
Yes,
now we got the main talent pool. We got the big dogs and the favorites coming in. And I'm looking forward to see how they perform, because we have some teams that are looking to make a statement. Maybe some teams were disappointed from last year's performance, and they have another opportunity this year to write history differently. So I'm thinking of this team, New Zealand, right now, matching up with a very lengthy, very tall Chinese squad, and I'm like, okay, let's see what this first matchup is about. We have a whole lot to look forward to, Kyle. I'm quite excited. I won't deny it.
All right, 2024 silver medalists, by the way. New Zealand are always a top contender for a gold medal. Just have not gotten there again since 2018. They are the tall ferns. We've seen them grow before our eyes over time, and they are led by Sharon Papuke-Robati, Kaylee Smiler, Eva Sydney Langton, and Azura Anderson, double A. She'll be coming into this one a fully charged battery. See what I did there? Okay, that was bad. I got up to a bad start, y'all. You know, let's start over. Strike that, and here we go. It'll be good. This is a matchup of two powerhouses in terms of the Asia Cup over the years, and also contending on the world stage too. These teams have been head and shoulders above the rest, along with Australia. So it wasn't hard to kind of start diagnosing, you know, your top three teams to look at. And both of these squads that we start the day off with are certainly considered top contenders to challenge Australia for that gold medal. So China are your 1 seed. New Zealand are your 8 seed. I mentioned New Zealand's gold in 2018. I remember that one because that was a shot that Michaela Cox hit. I don't remember my call, but I remember hitting a big 2, and they went through Australia en route to get in that gold. I think that was a semifinal. Crazy, crazy tournament. It was one of my best Asia Cup memories. As for China, they took gold at the 2022 Asia Cup, so more recent gold for Team China, who come out with a squad that is relatively new to most, but I've seen Jianping Zhang, Yuyan Li. Look out. I think she could be a big difference maker, along with Wen Xiaoli and Duoling Hu. That is Team China. In the white, the tall ferns in the black.
Keep an eye out for Duoling Hu, Kyle. I think that she's an explosive guard. She's probably the one they're going to count on to create a lot of open looks and knock down a lot of open looks if possible.
Yes.
She's going to have to withstand defensively on the mismatches, because Robati is going to be a powerhouse down low.
Smiler. She will bullet it out to Sharn. Sharn is sharp shooting. First deuce is straight through. Nothing but you know what.
If you remember Robati from last year, Kyle.
Of course I do.
She would not be just pulling up like that off the catch and shoot, super fast, setting her feet, looking good right off the bat.
That's exactly what I was thinking too, because seeing her shoot that ball as confidently as she did, we and you on the same page. I'm like, Sean's usually in the post.
Yeah.
Like, she's chucking deuces that quick? Okay.
Yeah, because to me, it's not about her shooting. We knew she was capable, but it's the speed. She's looking like a 2-guard out there, catching and shooting like that right off the catch. And getting her feet set quickly. And you see, even off the dribble right now, using the screen and pulling up from mid-range.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite interesting because if she can bring the heat up from the outside as much as she's going to work on the inside, then that might be an X factor when you're trying to deal with this New Zealand team.
Well, it's only right that they strike fast, coached by Anthony Corbin. You know the guy got a pretty cool nickname for him. They call him Corbs the King. And coached by Corbs the King, so they coming out striking. It's 2-1 New Zealand. See the men's team in action as well. Again, if you're just joining us, where have you been? Where have you been? I want an explanation right now.
Shame.
All right, well, you're forgiven. Thank you for coming. Secondly, this is day 3 in total of the action. Qualifying draw is over. This is the main draw. Top 2 from each group advance. The goal is to get to day number 5. That's where the medals are handed out. They hand it down in the post office, but that stroke was broke. Loose ball is tracked down. K-lead to Sharn. Turn around when I'm talking to you. Robati gets it to trickle in. She's doing business here early. China are not shying away. They get it inside, and a foul is drawn on the drop step from Zhao.
Well, you know that a Chinese squad is never going to be going away. It's not part of their basketball culture, man. It's not part of what we've seen from this federation in 3x3. The Chinese will always loom around. If you don't pay attention, they're going to be striking from a distance, but they got the length also to be to have that presence on the offensive board and the post-up action. So it's never an easy matchup. So you want to start the game off as well as you can possibly do it, because they're going to grind you, and make life so hard. You get tired, you start missing easy buckets. So the first few minutes are usually a big factor in trying to win against China.
I was interested to see the composition of this Chinese team, because they don't have the star faces that we've seen in years past.
Yeah, a lot of new faces for sure, but
we think of Wang Li and Jai Ting-Shine, right? Yeah. So a new look China team, that's for sure. And right now they're looking at a 2-point deficit. Make that a 1-point deficit. They continue to find Zhao inside. Min Young. Probably should have mentioned her as the star player to look out for. I was sleeping. I'm sorry. She's a hooper.
Well, you're talking about hooper. How about Robati, responsible of all 4 points and getting an opportunity to add to our own personal account? But
Steven Adams' niece, right?
Indeed.
I think I dropped that gem on you last year.
Yes, you surely did.
Sharn will check out. Langton is going to come in. China will start it right. Lee. Crossover. Goodbye and good night.
There's one thing also that you need to consider when you think of Chinese in 3x3, Kyle. The reservoir of talent is deep. The pool of talent is super deep. And even though you might not be that familiar with some of those new faces, you better understand we're talking about baller status all throughout the roster. They have skill. They have every tool they need to compete for a medal.
Yeah, got some depth for sure. And what we've got is a tie game. It is dead even. Min Young hands it over. Back down low. Zhao. She's got this game in her hands like a steam deck.
What about the sweet dish, though?
Great look. Look, China are sharp, unrattled. After a really nice start here from the tall ferns.
I like what I'm seeing from Team China right now, even though.
Except for that.
Yeah, even though you missed that layup on that end, Robati.
3 seconds, yep. But Sharn is working. She's got to get it down low a little bit quicker. China, man, they are so precise in their action so far. Their backdoor cuts, the ball screening.
Just super smooth. Even though right here there's an offensive foul call on the set screen, but what I like, and we've seen a few layups missed, but with the intensity of the game of 3x3, Kyle, it is to be expected at some point that we're going to have some spoiled opportunities. But what you want to see is the kind of shots you manage to come about. And the way China is playing, the ball moves well, the rhythm is smooth, there is a nice flow to the offense, and that's the reason why it's going to be quite difficult to keep them off the scoring board.
Well, it's versatility, right?
Yeah.
So they're big, but they're not too big. They're not the fastest, but they're fast. But you see what I mean? Like,
of course.
Like, listen, you're the analyst. I'm the commentator, right? But
well,
you see, it's
you
a
also,
nice balance of versatility.
Yeah, but you know, Kyle, you have the experience. You've seen so many games. You've commentated so many games. So at the end of the day, you're as familiar as anybody that I know, knowing this game, understanding the craft of 3x3. So you can pick up on all those things just as good as anybody.
I'm just getting started. Getting started.
You know what we're seeing here is like, okay, if China shows you great efficiency without even striking from 2-point range, you're in trouble. You have to take something away.
That's good. That's true, because they have not connected from deep yet.
They haven't even shot it yet.
Kind of a forced shot here for the Tall Ferns.
Good hands.
Bati deflecting it. Smiley will draw the offensive foul. Sacrificed her body. She is slight, but she brings the might, the toughness indeed. And that'll earn the possession for New Zealand. Up top, Smiley kicks it right. Down low they go quickly. Anderson. Yes, man.
Great flash, and you got to finish through contact.
Who?
Look at the off-ball movement.
Speed from who? Receiving that pass. She blew the layup. Uh-oh. Oh, she had her twisted and turn it. Tap dancing. Can they get a bucket? Not that time. Who? For two. Not that time. Checks it, tries to track it down, can't get it. 5-5. These teams closer than neighbors at this point in the game. Is deadlock. Nobody able to get any distance through nearly 4.5 minutes of play. Sharn on the attack once again.
I like what Rubati just did. She made sure she did not stick her hips out too much so that it would be potentially an offensive foul call, but you have to respect her passing ability. So as she's facing back up, you're kind of worried about that pass, but it opens up the driving lane for her so she could draw the foul, and this time around, she capitalizes on that.
Splashes the free throw.
Nice
Tall
hands.
Ferns back out front. Smiley continuing to be a menace defensively. Two ball off the front of the iron. Who with the scoop? No.
She needs to make that.
And who's missed a couple of shorties? Robati out. Langton crossover. Langton inside out. Beautiful action from New Zealand.
Great patience.
Yes. They continue to feature Robati as well here early as China respond on the inside.
Langton stops her dribble. She needs to make sure she does not.
Travel call. Robati got an extra step in there.
It's all about the automatics, right? Langton right here, had she kept her dribble alive, would have found the pass she was looking for. But if you stop it too early, you don't give enough time to Robati to be able to make that run down to the hoop. Two people on the ball gets you in trouble, Kyle. You know that.
Dime time. Zhao will tie things back up again.
You have to communicate defensively. You cannot get cut up, jumping up, two people on the ball and allowing to give a wide open layup. It's too easy for such a good team.
Both squads been Going back and forth like Kendrick and Drake. Who's going to be Kendrick at the end of this one?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, they say Kendrick won the battle.
I mean, is there even a discussion about that?
I imagine both of those guys are living pretty good lives.
Well,
do you care? I don't know how you get off topic so quickly like this.
Maybe it's the croissant that is inspiring
Croissant.
you. The
Say
croissant.
it like the Frenchman that you are. Croissant.
The croissant.
Croissant. 7-7, back to the action. Under 5 to go. Robati shook her like the shivers.
You know what I like about what New Zealand is doing right now, Kyle?
What's that?
They heat up Robati at that high post position where she can actually make the decision of either taking it upon herself to score or come from behind in the blind angle to try to collaborate with her teammates. But she's not burning up as much energy as she had started much higher. And you know each detail counts when it's time to save up some energy.
Zura Anderson setting the table. And New Zealand gets some distance yet again. So in this sprint to 21.
Did anybody else score outside of Robati? Because I don't have a memory of another bucket from anybody else.
No, she doesn't have all of them. I think Anderson got one underneath.
No, yeah, Anderson did. You're right. Correct.
But
Correct. Anderson got one on the seal position. Yeah. Little right hook off the glass. But Robati's been monstrous.
2-point advantage. Who pulls up? Midi is money. 9-8 contest. Smiley. Drop step from Langton.
It's great defense.
Yeah.
Clean.
Zhao and Robati are the best players on the floor right now. Well,
Yes.
Robati's actually not on the floor right now, but they've proven that they are the toughest guards as Anderson gets another one in. Look at the intensity from Anderson defensively. She'll get whistled for the foul. But it's time for another media timeout. Both teams looking pretty well conditioned.
Well,
This doesn't feel like the first game of the main draw. This feels like a playoff game.
but
It's intense.
I'm glad you're mentioning that, Kyle. Whoever wins this game is taking quite the strong option to finish top of the group. That's the game that both teams acknowledge as being the game in group action for each of them. Even though, watch out, don't sleep now, Republic of Korea is no pushover. But you understand that as the defending silver medalist and as China being one of the world's powerhouse and Olympic teams, you have expectations.
There's no doubt about that. And listen, you know, China is several years removed from a gold medal. This is a prideful 3x3 country as well. They want to return, you know, to the top of the throne, the top of the hill, the #1 spot. It's a 1-point game. Langton has that one rescinded. Right back. Turnaround from Sharn was a rush shot late in the shot clock, so that is a no-go.
Langton needs to do a little bit, she needs to do a bit of a better job to get the ball where the ball needs to go to. And she's trying to get those passes a bit too early. She needs to keep the ball a little longer and open up the angle so that she can find those looks she's looking for.
You know what? As good as Sharn has been offensively, Anderson has been a defensive player of the game.
Yeah.
She gets called for the foul here, but her intensity defensively for the Tall Ferns has been a big difference maker.
But she needs to tone it down a little bit now that the bonus is pending over their heads.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, New Zealand now with a 7th. An astute observation from my partner.
Well, she is responsible for the foul, the 6th foul, the foul that got them all the way up to that point. And it's about acknowledging, okay, now it's time for me to tone it down a little bit, or at least not gamble when it's the end of the play.
Oh, slicing and dicing. Lee on the cut. Robati, no good. Goes off the hands of Anderson. They still got 3 to shoot. Back out to Sharn. Who's that girl? Na, 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 na. She's that girl. Hey, 12-11. Deep two-piece, the second for Sharn in this game. They got some good genes in the family. They make some pretty good pro hoopers, I would say. Robati can't clean up the mess. A 12-11 game, it stays.
She rushed it a little bit. She probably thought she had less time than she actually did.
But look again, Sharn, no hesitation. She is unconscious right now.
Hey, that shot is looking good, Kyle. And you know me, I'm all about the shooters.
Of course. Now Sharn, mid-range game. She's going to draw a lot of attention. Does not get that one to go as we approach the 2-minute mark. China, by the way, with possession, but also with a foul to give.
You have to be more careful if you're New Zealand. You cannot give those freebies.
Substitution made as Anderson will come in. Lee up to the line.
Even though we don't have the biggest scoring game, it's been quite the entertaining game, Kyle, because the pace is really good.
Great pace.
Both squad play very intense defense. The ball is moving. And for, like you said, for first game of the competition, where usually teams have jitters, they have a hard time finding their groove, both teams are proposing quite a nice 3x3 action right there.
Well, sharp. I mean, high percentage shooting, great movement. Teams are well conditioned. You know, usually it takes a little time for the tires to get rolling, and you know, circulation gets flowing, and then you kind of get into the groove. But it's been from the check ball.
Oh man, that's a silly foul. That is a silly foul.
And it's the 9th as well, so the next defensive foul, double penalty territory for New Zealand. China could get in front here at the line, shooting 2 here from Lee again.
But you have to also understand, if you're a guard, you manage to keep the bigger body outside the paint, you've done your job. You don't have to keep on pushing and grabbing.
Second free throw is money. China, 13. Tall Ferns, 12. Robati with the cookie in hand. She's going to deliver it underneath, right over the shoulder. Touchdown. Oh, wait, they don't play football like that out there. It's more like rugby. When somebody scores in rugby, what do you call that?
I don't know what the actual English term is. In French, I would do, but yes.
Dime delivered as Sharn collects the coin and puts it in. Reverse, no good. Robati trying to keep it alive. Gets a hand up. 2 is good. She is a miracle worker.
I think she stepped on the line.
Lee, okay, was it? Score says 15-14.
Big bucket getter by a big-time player, Kyle, at this moment.
Trying to stop Sharn right now as we get a look.
Yeah, she was inside.
That was inside the line. But she is possessed. She is beside herself. She is touched.
Anderson getting some much-needed breather right now.
So Sharn Robati puts New Zealand in front again.
No foul to be given. Oh, yes, well contested. New Zealand can take full control of the game. Oh, the pass needs to be safer.
Just off target, and then Smiler's in a tough position.
Do not foul. Do not foul.
Yeah, the reason why you give a bucket up there as opposed to fouling is because you punish yourself twice. Now 2 free throws and possession for China. You'd rather just give up the one,
yes,
and take the possession. So a learning situation there for Smiler. I credit the effort; it was there, but you don't want to risk the foul here with under a minute to play. And now China have evened things up with their top scorer, who has also been a wrecking ball, Zhao, for Team China.
Instead of just being tied up with the ball, you're trailing, and you got to play defense again.
Yep. And if China are smart, what they would do is attack the rack. I would not settle for a 2. They should be in all-go mode. Green light. Zhao hands it off. Lee, one-legged runner, no. Bubuke Robati kicks it out. Smiler can't hit it. And then collides on the baseline.
No foul call. Fair play.
I think that was a fortunate non-call because I could see the hustle there, but I actually think that probably should have been a whistle against Smiler.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Kyle. I'm not going to deny it, but
it's that warrior spirit in her. I applaud that. But
you know why it's not a foul call?
Why?
Because at this moment of the game, it's not like China had recovered control of the rock and lost control of it. The ball was still up there in the air, up for grasp.
All right.
So I understand the non-whistle at that point. I actually appreciate the non-whistle because you don't want, and that's probably in the back of the mind of the referee every time he or she steps on the floor.
You see the leading scores.
Yeah.
SPR's got 12. 12. 7 for Zhao for China. So 12 of the Tall Ferns' 16 points belong to Sharn Bubuke Robati, and some extra attention being given to Kaylee Smiler.
And she probably will add up to that count. There's enough time for that as well.
Oh, I obviously don't want to see anybody get hurt. She looks to be all right.
Well, she's a bit shaken up because the crash was quite heavy, though.
No, I mean she
went full
flying
speed, yeah.
We're gonna ice back.
So New Zealand with the
Olivia
possession,
Grace
Kyle.
O'Neal. Appreciate the help. Why are you bobbing your head? Like
DJ Lance is going to work.
Club. He's making me uncomfortable, staring at me in the eyes while he's doing this.
Oh, nice. Getting the ball down low.
Oh.
Well executed at the best of times.
Doing the dirty work in the basement. Anderson.
Do not foul. Whatever you do, if you're New Zealand, do not foul. Oh.
That is great defense. And forces the shot clock violation. So Langton is lengthy. Those long arms, the reason why she was able to get that deflection.
Kyle, if you're New Zealand, you take the possession as far as you can possibly take it. Do not give China extra time in case you miss that shot.
Langton up off the glass. New Zealand in front by 1, and they will likely stay that way as the horn sounds, but I do think there will be a little bit of time left. It'll be Tall Ferns' ball anyway.
Yep, and China is not going to commit the foul. They're going to stick to that score.
That win was all heart right there. That win was all heart right there.
You have to give credit to New Zealand for keeping its composure late in the game. It's over.
Yep, that's game, yo.
Time
I just heard that.
is gone.
I just heard Vanessa Devlin, our official. She said, that's game, yo. She said, that's game, yo. All right. And again, hoping for the best. But for Kaylee,
she's gonna be fine.
Smiler's
gonna be fine.
Right.
She's shaken up, but she's fine.
All right, Dr. Angelo said it, so you better believe it.
Oh, you better believe me. Believe me.
Okay, go ahead and make your point. I'm anxious to hear what you got to say.
Well, I love the composure late in the game. Once they had the ball and they were down 1, things were not going too well. China had control with the double bonus. Great pass from Robati, finding Anderson down low with preferential position.
Ooh,
Anderson doing a great job finishing and then getting the stop. Langton with the block, then the crucial bucket.
Preferential position.
Yes.
Well said, my friend. Well said indeed. All right, that's Women's Pool A. Game 1. Game 3 officially of the competition. The fellas are going to take center stage next. We're going to get China and Chinese Taipei. Yes, indeed, to a direct qualifier to the main draw as they'll get men's Pool B action underway. from Singapore. Don't you move. We got a whole lot more on the way. And a look at men's Pool B here in the main draw. China, Chinese Taipei, and India making their way in out of the qualifying draw. And I want to say it here and now so y'all know I said it day one of the main draw action. I think India will be a team that emerges from this group. Top two advance to the quarterfinals. So I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Do you want me to double down on that? Because I can even say I'm looking at China at India as a potential top seed.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. When I
like,
say
it's not even just going to the quarters. He's talking about like looking as the team to beat in the group. But China is strong, man. China is good.
China coming out with the big boys, big bodies. And some speed. Han Yu-Guo. He's going to be the one that most people are going to recognize. But Peng Yan, long-time representative of China's national teams, Olympic pedigree there. Dianling Zhang, Ji Chaoxiang, and again Han Yu-Guo. Team China, your 2 seed and direct qualifier to this 8th edition of the Asia Cup. Chinese Taipei, they come out in the blue. We saw their women's team pull off an improbable overtime win to earn their way. So both genders will be represented for Chinese Taipei, as both genders are represented for China. The Chinese men trying to avoid the fate of what they saw happen to the women's squad just a moment ago. So Chinese Taipei will come out now as your 7th seed. Jia Chuan Chen, Jiang Chuan Chen, Chen Yanguo, and Zhang Pingyu. That is the squad for Chinese Taipei, who at last year's edition of the Asia Cup finished 16th. This is,
well,
and Chinese Taipei,
it's all about the young bucks.
They've competed at every edition of the Asia Cup, all the way back to 2013. I didn't recognize that until now. And 8 for 8, no medals. Well, 7 for 7, no medals. This is the 8th one.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's
we
the
don't
8th
know. Maybe they get one this time.
I would be shocked because right now you can tell what Chinese Taipei is working on. They're preparing Nations League right now. They got the U23 squad, U21 squad. They have the whole bunch of, they have 2 22-year-olds and 2 19-year-olds. So I guess it's a mix of U23 and U21, and giving great experience to the younger talents in your federation is also one interesting strategy that usually pays off later on. Because you're thinking about Mongolia. Mongolia used up that strategy, and you see the success that they've found in the past few years. So let's see what the younger players of Chinese Taipei can do against a much more experienced Chinese squad.
That spin move on the block was just wrong. Just wrong, taking a young fellow to school. Get these lessons real quick. Zhang up to the line, he can make it a 2-point play. And that is struck without a problem. Zhang with no international caps, so the experience is really with Han Yu-Guo and Peng Yan, who we've seen on the Pro Tour as well. Pull up, mid-range, left short. Kyle Montgomery, aka the voice of 3x3. Angelo Sakarakis, aka the Czar of 3x3. You get the information and the entertainment. It's some infotainment, if you will. That was pretty entertaining. That's how you use your pivot, kiddies, on the baseline. Chen putting Chinese Taipei on the board. China trying to use that size advantage. Zhang from long range, it won't go. But Ping is able to track it down. Now it's Xiang. Zhang, no, he gets stuffed up. Switched over. Kid Cudi. Duo as the duo from the top of the key.
The youth from Chinese Taipei right now translating into opportunistic buckets. They're going to have to play with their skill and their strengths. And their strength is going to be speed and shooting.
Yan hitting with the fake and then the two-piece combo. China in front by 1. Chang with Yan trailing. Oh, taking off the to-do list. That is a bucket.
There's a whole lot of hugging on the right-hand side of our screen. There is nobody getting open. There's no free movement allowed. Chinese Taipei will make this a battle.
It feels like there's some rivalry brewing between these two. I'm not sure if this is considered a rivalry, but they go at it as such. Look at Kwon to the hole. Follows up his 2-ball with the lefty leg. Chinese Taipei. And
I like the pace,
they
man.
come to play, man.
But I like the pace. Even China alternating between the beating inside, the strength down low, and the sweet outside touch.
65. Just under 2 minutes into this game. The shorty from Kuo does not fall. I'm liking the feels so far here. Day 1 of the main draw. DJ Lass on the spins, by the way, our Olympic DJ. Excuse me. Angelo, when I lost my voice there, you should have saved me. You pull up. Go get it back. Chen. Sizing up the D. Quick drive right. Spins into trouble. Nowhere to go. He's locked up. They won't let him out. No.
They won't let him out.
Strong defense. Some explosive offense in spurts for both.
Yeah, but the intensity defensively from both teams, quite impressive, Kyle.
There's one of those travel calls, top of the key. Kim Guy with that whistle. Xi'an official Chuan Wing Leong taking care of this game. And men's pool B action. Xiang does not utilize the up fade. Man, he is just...
It's barbecue chicken down low. When you have that matchup, it's not going to look good for Chinese Taipei. They got to stay away from it as much as they can possibly do it. But you know, in 3x3, it's very difficult to choose who you're going to be guarding based on the transition.
And just putting people in a blender on the block with that quick spin move. And he's earned himself a rest. And Zhang will have a seat. The 27-year-old, 201, 95-kilo killer. Whoa.
You know what we're going to call the paint soon?
What's that?
Well, it's the Zong smoothie bar. Because he puts everybody in that blender. Ooh. He's going to give his own version of it.
Oh, my goodness. Spinderella came to the ball. And then, was that an offensive foul?
No.
Okay,
defensive foul.
You cannot. That would have been a great sequence.
Yeah, but you can't draw an offensive foul call in the half circle, unfortunately for him.
But look, at some of the action so far yet. That's some super slow-mo. That's 240 FPS.
Oh, yo, speaking a language I'm not too familiar with.
Recently, I've picked up some camera gear and I'm learning about focal length and different things like that. Aperture, ISO. You know, our videographer people, when they hear that, they'll be appreciative of that.
They'll have a little smile.
Are you a Sony or a Canon guy? You don't know, do you?
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't buy those cameras. I don't buy those.
They'll be talking to a kitten right now. 8-6. We got a game. "12 games on the slate today. We expect you to hang out and watch them all." Or maybe we would appreciate it. If you love 3x3 and you got the time, you should. Fade it. No,
but
that time.
you have to give a lot of props to the Chinese defense right now, because anytime there's a check ball, they cannot collaborate. They're denying any option of the initial pass at the elbow. They cannot go for any handoffs. They can't go ball screening. They can't do anything. So they're forcing one-on-one action. That's not how Chinese Taipei is going to be successful right now, dealing with much bigger bodies.
Indeed, the
Beautiful.
2020 Olympian Yan Peng takes the feed and scores it. OU has it rerouted, and that was the wrong direction. They will turn it over. China will take it up top with a 4-point lead. There's Peng again, the give and go textbook. Speaking of go, there's Guo. There he went, straight to the cup, lays it up, 11-6. Ooh, double cross. Nice move. And it's cute. Missed it, good hustle.
Yeah, Bazan kind of fell asleep on that rebound. He was looking at the ball, kind of like, hey, come to me. Ball does not come to you, buddy. You got to go get that, Brock.
They look a little bit flustered, a little rushed, I would say, Chinese Taipei, as the score is not out of hand, but it's getting away from them. 12-6. This is the time you got to stop the bleed.
Kyle, they're trying. Remember what they say, I'm trying, Jennifer. They're trying, Kyle. It's just that China is just so strong right now. Look at this, once again. They inbound the ball, and they cannot even come up with a handoff, one pass. Nothing is allowed.
Help.
China takes this game extremely seriously. They're not trying to be surprised, upset by a young squad of Chinese Taipei.
Help. Help, please.
Help me.
Help me. Please. Yan Peng in for the score. China with a stranglehold on this game right now. They are little growing Chinese Taipei at the moment, but they are fighting back. I like Jin's game. Number 5 in blue.
Yeah.
I see some potential here.
If you have a feeling watching the game that it's an easy matchup for China, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Because Chinese Taipei is an athletic squad, fast, and China is giving a great effort defensively.
Count it. Mama, there go that man again. My goodness, DC is having his way.
The class in session right now, down low.
Tianling Zhang. Got great touch, man. You know, when you look at Biggs, he's got some size, but it's really that feel. He's got great body control.
Yes.
So he's going to lean on you a little bit, but he also knows how to spin off you. Like, that's a skill that a lot of bigs don't have, and he certainly has shown it in this game.
And also, what I appreciate from him is his defense. He's mobile, he moves his feet.
Yes, indeed he does, but he got put on the bucket list right there. Yes, he did. Good defense, but sometimes, what's the saying?
It happens to the best of them.
Great offense.
But great defense, but better offense.
There you go. Cool. Too strong on the free throw. Gets it back and kind of rushes the layup attempt. It's 16-8. This game was tight at first. It ain't tight no more.
Ooh, I would have counted that.
Offensive foul.
I would have counted that. The shot is gone before the whistle blows.
And Guo shakes the hand of Kim Gein. Says, good call, you got me. I like the sportsmanship. Oh, has he? It was that slide, he blew it. He smoked the crib. You can't do that. Not if you want to win. You're already down by 8. Make that 10.
Impressive performance by China, Kyle. Let me tell you that. And look at the defense once again, not allowing the ball to get cleared easily.
Chin, layup line, no problem with that. China will happily give them that 1-point score. They're eyeing the finish line right now. They're 3 points away.
But they're making Chinese Taipei earn every single bucket.
18-9. I just wanted to confuse people behind us.
That's a travel. But 18 points right at the second TV timeout. You got to give a whole lot of credit to this team, China. And I'm not going to skew away from what I'm saying, Kyle, because China is making the game easy on themselves because of the defensive intensity they've provided since the very start of the game.
I think somebody likes your hat on the fan wall. They said, yo, commentator, like, nice hat.
That's your hat. Because I don't wear hats.
You don't?
I don't. I mean, very rarely.
You're too smooth for that, huh? You're just too smooth, huh?
I just love for people to see my Vegeta hairline.
Quick move. Exploding to the rim.
Beautiful. High of the glass. Fading away a little bit, making sure he stays off a position that could get him blocked.
IU lets it go. He does not hit it. He's fouled behind the 2-point arc. And that is not a great foul for China. I mean, they got the game pretty well in hand, but...
No, they're going to take this game away. There's no doubt about it. They're not slowing down by any means, but...
Now, I've seen a couple of 18-12 comebacks before.
Yeah, but to me, with the foul trouble, China is going to play smart, give the ball down low to Zhang, and just call it a day. To me, Chinese Taipei is coming back from too far.
Okay.
But...
deficit's too big in your mind.
Yeah, and the thing also is the way China has approached the game. Because you have to understand, is there any signs of nonchalance? And there is none from Team China at this very moment.
Is nonchalant does that have a French base?
It's definitely a French word.
Yes.
Nonchalance.
Anyway, 19-10, navigating through the lane.
Give the ball inside to the big boy.
Oh, yeah. This could have been punishment. Instead, Zhang will set the screen for Xiang. Oh my goodness. Crossed him. He's an X-Factor.
Why do you foul? Why? Why do you foul? You completely lost track of the foul trouble. And that is not something that has consequences because of the score difference, the gap. But if you have that mental breakdown in a tight game where you're up 1 and there's 2 free throws to be given, ooh. But maybe he's feeling like, hey, we're up 10. I can afford to make that foul either way.
Yeah.
And I would give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Wait a minute. You got a late violation?
Yes.
On blue, so it wouldn't matter anyway. China have this game in control. Now they're looking to pull the plug.
Keep the ball down low.
They'll get it to the Olympian. Travel. And some miscommunication there for Team China. Oh, don't leave him hanging. There you go. Will almost left him hanging. You hands it off to Chin. Triple C. Pull up. 2-piece. No, bro. Whoa, up top. Wants the ball screen. Never mind. Whoa, to the hole with So. Sorry, bro. That's game. GG's. 21-10. All China. They are looking strong at the start here.
Definitely.
And Chinese Taipei look pretty good too, even in a loss. But man, look out. Look out. I think we might have some shocks in this year's competition. I'm just saying, we're going to find out very soon.
Well, there's one thing that I really appreciate about Team China. It's the defensive intensity. Because if you allow the young bucks from Chinese Taipei to drive freely to the cup and having more space to launch those two-point daggers, you can make life quite hard on yourself. So India is warned. China approached this tournament the right way, and it's going to be quite interesting to see the next games in pool action.
Well, we got the ladies coming up next. We'll get to Pool C action. Again, women's action in A and C today. Men's action in B and D. We'll get homestanding Singapore and Japan. That's on deck from Singapore. Don't you move a muscle. All right, you see the pool in front of you. This is Pool C in the women's competition featuring Japan, Singapore, and Vietnam. And we get Japan and Singapore to kick this group action off. And Japan will come out first. And I picked Japan as a dark horse team to be a real medal contender at this edition of the Asia Cup. I think that, you know, obviously they won a bronze back in 2019, which, you know, didn't seem that long ago to me, but I did the math. 2019 was 6 years ago.
Yes.
They have not been on the podium since the days of Stephanie Mawuli and them. You remember Mawuli?
Yes. How can you forget?
WNBA now. But this
her game winner to propel Japan to the Olympics was quite the moment.
Hey, look out for Fatumana Nishi in this game.
Yeah, she's the young blood of the squad.
She is starred at the youth level, under 23. They are youthful, they are spry, energetic, and they look like they're ready to play.
She left a lasting impression on me at the U23 World Cup last year, man. Very, very good talent. And she's being rewarded as she's selected to play on the biggest stage for Team Japan.
Singapore, they're playing on the home court. Here in the Lion City, they come out in the red jerseys. And Lydia Ang now joining the crew with Jermaine Lim Jia Ying and Choi Ting Tang and Xing Yu Han. So there is the Singaporean quartet. And all of a sudden, it seemed like 25 more people have shown up in the crowd just in a blink.
Just 25?
Yes. This place got even louder. This one officiated by Shirong Chi and Gai Kim. this one will be taken care of as we get ready for another 10-minute sprint. So the matchup like this, I don't get a chance to cover the youth competitions as much anymore, obviously with the World Tour dominating most of the schedule. So for me, many of these players I'll be seeing for the first time. So
Yeah.
feel free to cut me off if I'm giving the wrong analysis on anybody. Never mind, don't do that. Because I'll mute you. I'll press the mute button on you if you do it. I've done it before.
You did it once. It caught me off guard, that's for sure. That was quite the funny moment.
Don't you think I won't do it?
Don't think I won't do it. Don't think I would do it. I dare you. I double dare you.
We're going to see who's up to the test in this one. That one out of bounds. Quick hands defensively.
Well,
from Japan to poke that away.
You know the identity of this Japanese squad, and it doesn't skew away year in and year out. The Japanese squad will play small ball with great defensive intensity, even though right there, miscommunication was a price they were willing to pay, but they need to watch out, though.
Two-piece, no biscuit. Jermaine starts the score for Singapore. Nishi straight to the crib, unfazed. She'll step up and take her defensive assignment as Japan will get it moving around the perimeter. This is, or Singapore rather. Oh, that's definitely a bump.
Expect a whole lot of improvement from that Singapore squad, man. They're built up from last year's experience, and they're much more improved. You can tell they're using up the experience from last year, and they're trying to make a statement early.
So 3 appearances at the Asia Cup for Singapore, including obviously last year. They finished 10th in 2 of those competitions, back-to-back years. So even by the standings, they've managed to get a little bit better. Men's Singaporean team has made some strides too. I'm anxious to see them.
Yeah.
So we got a 2-1 game for now. Nishi all net, all wet.
Well, let me tell you, Kyle, if you let Fatumanana, ooh, the ankle. But if you leave Fatumanana alone, you can expect to have a long or short game, as a matter of fact. Let's just do it the other way. You're going to have a very short game. It's going to be short-lived.
21 years young. Singapore trying to respond from long range. Doesn't happen that time. Up fake drive. And a shoulder check
foul already
from the defender. Substitutions made for Japan. As Surumi comes in. And they want some room to be given on the elbow before they start the possession. Nice spin. Oh, but you got to finish those. That was not, however. Nishi tries to find Surumi on the cut. Surumi gives it back. And Nishi cannot connect. Long rebound. Well, smartly allowed to go out of bounds. That'll save him. That'll get him a few more seconds to recover. Three-two contest, Japan. Jermaine sizing up the defense. Turned on the afterburners, but blew the crib.
That's the 3rd layup missed in a row, Kyle, and Singapore cannot afford to give too many of those away. Japan is the type of squad that can build up a lead very, very fast.
3-2. Nishi, get that out the bottom of the net, please.
She's spectacular, Kyle.
Jermaine with a flavorful scoop.
Off balance, too. Singapore should be leading at this moment.
Wide open look, the bomb missed. Surumi couldn't find the touch. Ooh, Surumi's got to settle down defensively. That's now the 4th foul on Japan. I think she has 3 of them. No, really.
Yeah. But Kyle, Singapore needs to watch out defensively. The miscommunication could be very costly. That's the 2nd time around that they're giving a wide open look, and Japan is one of the better shooting squads you're going to have in this competition. You don't want to make that mistake too often.
7:57 on the game clock in this one. This will be game number 3 of the day. So we are off and running. Main draw getting underway here. Day 3 from Singapore. Kyle Montgomery, that's my name. People call me the voice. Angelo Sakarakis, a.k.a. the Czar. That's what they call him.
Oh, she got game.
Jermaine.
The moment I say that, you turn it over. Not a good idea.
As Nishi, she continues to put the cookie in the cup. That's good defense. That is lockdown. Sarumi not giving any room at all.
If Singapore gets cut up trying to play hero ball and over dribble, that's going to play right in the hands of the Japanese defense.
Had her in a straight jacket. That defense was crazy. 5-3. Nishi trying to get free. 2-piece.
I don't think they understand who Fatumanana is. I don't think they do, and they're going to find out fast. I told you, you want to make the game short? Keep leaving her open. The game is going to finish before the 10-minute mark, Kyle. I'm letting you know right now. So they better make the adjustment fast, because Fatumanana is not going to be the one that you're going to beg to put the ball in the bucket.
Nishi with the drive. Nice defense there from Singapore to tie things up. Got to earn red the possession. Singapore with some work to do, looking at a 4-point deficit right now. 7-3 start for Japan. Nice cut, good action. Better defense, better defense. Oh, double cross. Kicked out. That was nearly a thing of beauty from Japan. It really was. Nishi now defending. Jermaine won't get there, won't get there. So Singapore needs to settle in here. They'll get some time to think about it, kind of get their strategy in order as we head into this media timeout. 7-3 start.
Beyond the struggles offensively, they've had some nice opportunities. They've missed 3 layups, and the game could be and should be a lot closer. As a matter of fact, if you take away the blunders defensively, Singapore is doing quite a decent job, but you cannot afford to give Japan freedom on 2-point shots. That's the biggest no-no. There are many things you can afford to do, but that is the one thing that is forbidden.
Quick drive and score. Japan, man, this is, so we talked about this on my podcast that I'm a part of with Vince Chang and Boz Rosendahl. Word on the streets, replaced the E's with 3s. And I was talking about why I thought Japan would be a real contender here. And it always comes down to their ability to utilize their speed off the dribble. They really can break a defense down. Else, look at that dime. Oh, man, that was a special kind of coin set up to Nishi. But that's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Their speed is blinding.
Yeah.
And that alone, because that arrow favors them so much, it gives them a chance, I think, in every game.
For sure. Because the thing is, the speed also sets up the open looks. Once you start getting tired of getting scored on in the paint with all those layups and backdoor cuts and off-ball movement situations, you're kind of dropping off and saying, well, I'm going to lock up the paint. Well, guess what? Now you're feeding right into the hand of their game plan, which is to just launch those daggers from a distance. And once again, I know I repeat myself quite a bit, but it's one of the better shooting squads you're going to see in this competition.
10-4 is proof of that. Singapore trying to wake up. 5th foul now on Japan. Back to it, a 6-point game. Jermaine got some space. Oh, wasted. 2-piece wasted because of the travel before the release.
2-piece, no gravy.
Yeah. that speed again. Ooh. Oh, look at this. Getting crafty and shifty. No bucket to speak of, but back at it. Oh, that's a trouble. A little bit too anxious to get that possession underway. .545. Be careful. That's an offensive foul, yes. And that's courtesy of that perimeter pressure from Fuyuko Takahashi.
How you like Fatumanana so far, Kyle?
Terrible. Just really bad. Can't make a shot.
Can't score.
Can't score at all. Not doing a good job leading the team at 21 years old. Just bad passes as well.
Bad passes.
Of course I like her. She's killing right now. She's doing everything for Japan. Setting the table, scoring. Oh, crossover. Nice move. Can you finish? Indubitably. Lydia to the crib. Down low to Nishi. Sarumi driving. Getting it to Nishi on the baseline. Nishi. Not that time. Out of bounds, I believe, off of red. Nope. Actually, off of Japan. At least that's what it seems from the reaction of Singapore.
I got a great one for Fatumanana. If she makes a nice move, you're gonna like that one.
All right. I'm waiting to hear it. Better hope I don't use it first.
You won't.
11-5, 2 ball. No, ma'am. That's tied up, jump ball.
Yes.
4:46, past the midway point. Pool C action in your face. The voice of Nazar in your ear. Here we go, Takahashi. Takahashi in the lane. Gets it over to Nishi. Not that time.
You gotta make a good pass, and that's a wide open look.
Takahashi. Japan knocking down shots like Saki. 13-5. 8-point game. They've utilized blinding speed. They were watching a star being born before our eyes with Nishi.
Wide open look.
Singapore just run into it in this game. Takahashi.
Great kick out pass.
How did she even see Sarumi at the top of the key? The hustle. Sarumi, Takahashi, taste the rainbow.
It's not like I've said that it's one of the better shooting squads in this competition. I mean, I remember you said something like that.
That would have been great analysis, but for some reason we didn't get that, did we? 15-5 is the result of that sharp shooting that I had mentioned earlier.
Exactly. You see, you don't even have to lie no more. I'll do it for you.
Nope, look. Game recognized game. Shooters can spot shooters, and as Angelo mentioned earlier in the game, he says that this Japanese team, I'm talking about the speed, but he's saying you're sleeping on the shooting ability.
Well, I know. I said that. You were totally right. I said that's what sets it up. Because once you're tired of getting driven past, you're like, okay, we got to lock up the paint. We got to close up the gaps. And that's when, as we see the nice kick-out passes, and also they're just relentless. They're hunters. They hunt for that too.
They are double dangerous. Pick your poison from Japan. Singapore.
And also, it's part of their identity. Teams recognizing the fact that they're very dangerous from outside two-point range. If they try to just pressure them, they're too fast, and that's when the layups just start falling.
That layup does not fall. Singapore make matters worse on themselves. Nishi is loose, looking to attack, and that's the only way to stop a 21-year-old is with a foul, the fifth now.
She's so good
on Singapore.
Plus, I love her name, Fatumanana.
That's pretty, yeah, it does. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Fatumanana.
Such a cool name.
Get it up top with a risky pass. Nishi continuing to give out lessons. Class is in session.
Fatumanana saying hello to Singapore, konnichiwa style.
Oh, that took me that took them seconds to get. Konnichiwa. Oh, whoa. Okay.
I knew you would like that one.
That is, hey, that's bar of the day so far.
I told you you'd like that one.
Oh, Bank is good, 18-5. Not a great start for Singapore. Yep. I'm glad I came up with that one. Did you like that one? I mean, that's an example of brilliance. That is lyricism, top level right there.
I was waiting for that one, but she's made it easy for me, man. Fatumanana is absolutely stupendous. She's playing so good. And she doesn't look like she doesn't belong. She's like, hey, I might be the youngest on the squad, but I'm the key to our success. And she does it in the most humble ways.
Very, very mature game to be 21 years old.
Yes, yes. I'm telling you, man, last year in Mongolia at the U23 World Cup, she was one of the brightest spots. And well, Singapore right now is...
They come unraveled.
Yeah. They're going to be dependent now of what Japan will do in the second game of pool action. Might not be a sentence to death losing with such a big difference, but you need points up on the board, you know that.
Mishi
oh, my.
Drops off the package, and it is delivered underneath in a 19-5 game that Japan will certainly come away with. Not a matter of if, but a matter of when.
What does Fatumanana not know? What can she not do? I don't know, because she's just dropping dimes, playing composed, scoring from the outside, scoring from the inside, and she's just a problem. And Japan has 9 toes in the second round already. They are 9 toes in the knockout round with such an impressive win against Singapore, who came in ambitious, came in with the willingness to try to make a statement, but the Japanese ladies said, we're having none of it. I know we know you're playing at home. It does not matter to us.
Drive dish.
Great ball movement.
Nishi. A rare occasion where she hasn't scored. And Singapore take advantage of a good look on the inside.
Moving screen. Fatumanana did not have her feet set long enough.
And that one lofted out of reach. Shout out to Stefan Dan over there. You see him with the camera. He's been covering 3x3 for a long time. I think 10 years now. He's always out there in the conditions doing a great job. I'm sure he's got some great shots in this game.
Yeah, that's great of a job as this two-lady action executed to perfection by Japan.
Oh, foul white. Yeah, it just doesn't get much better than this, right? Like,
Japan is making it look easy, and trust me, guys, it's not that easy. It requires mastery. It requires chemistry, and the chemistry is on point right now for Team Japan.
So ball up top. Got a little wet spot on the floor that needs to be taken care of. As Japan will have it, and all they need is one single point to put this game on ice. There we go. Player safety, top priority. Don't want any slip-ups there here with 1:39 to go. So we are all set, back to it. Nishi, she started it. She might as well finish it. Never mind, it's gonna be Takahashi who does the honors. And she hits an absolute bomb from the logo. That rock needed a rangefinder on it, 22-6, my goodness. A blowout, courtesy of Japan. And that's how Singapore will start this competition. Japan in the winner's circle, as well as New Zealand in women's competition so far. Game 3 is in the books. We'll get back to men's pool action. We'll open up Pool D in the men's competition in about 10 minutes with Qatar facing off with Vietnam. Vietnam, one of the star teams coming out of the QD. More on that in a bit. Enjoy the highlights. And again, about 10 minutes before we get back to the action here in Singapore.
So we need a volunteer to come to the court. The first person, the most craziest person, to stand up. We're gonna get you here on the court. Where you at? Who wants to play? Anybody over here? Everybody over here? You gotta go crazy. You gotta play. Who wants to play? You gotta show us you want it. Who wants it? I'm sorry. What? How about over there? You two. Anybody want to win some merch? Come on, man. That's first person. Stand up right there. First person, stand up. Come on, get up. Anybody? Who wants to play? There you go. All right, there you go. Come on now. Come on. All right. They did a hype spot. Oh, look at that. Ah, okay. Never mind, you know, we can hurt you. Don't worry, everybody come and try to play basketball. So, you know, for Charlie. Don't worry, Charlie, we got you. Who got over here? Tristan, where you from, Tristan? Okay, maybe shoot you me a little shootout challenge. My guy, you're a big guy. Can you shoot? You can shoot? Ah, shoot! All right. What do you do? 2 attempts from the logo. He said it was so hard. I guess these guys know your confidence. Count it down with us, so let's go. Okay. Warm up. We don't count that one yet. Let's warm up try. All right, Church, hold on. All right, let's go. Go!
Of course, you want more from Singapore. Men's Pool D for you. New Zealand, Qatar, Vietnam. This one should be fun. This group should be fun. It's hard to diagnose a pool of death, as we like to call it, because almost all the groups are expected to be really competitive here in the main draw portion of the competition. When you look at Vietnam in particular coming out of the qualifying draw, there is the question about the wear and tear of playing in two tough games coming out of the qualifying draw and now playing here in the main draw. But when you see that Vietnam team, you're going to see what I mean. There's a lot to like. Qatar, here they are. They are back. And gold medalists at the first ever edition of the Asia Cup. People tend to forget that. When you go back to 2013, it was Qatar that won that initial gold. Can they get back to the mountaintop? Can they do it with the squad they have here? We're going to find out. They're making their way to the court now. Nadim Muslic, the most seasoned of their quartet, all ready to go. Ahmed Saeed Mohammed, Alaji Magasa, and Mohammed Abashir on the squad last year. He's returning, the young fellow with a lot of talent, and as you can see, a lot of size. Nobody standing under 198 on this Qatar team. Mohammed with 7 international caps. Magasa Bobo with 39 international caps, 14 for Abashir. So they got the experience necessary. They played in hotly contested games and at the big stage before. They will come in ready to roll, trust and believe. Vietnam, man, this was, I don't know if we can call them a Cinderella story, but the way that they advanced to the main draw was absolutely insane.
You can call them a Cinderella story.
I guess we can call them a Cinderella story.
You can, because when you're coming back from the abyss, having to beat group favorite Thailand by 6, and the way you do it,
and score 21,
and doing the way they're doing it, like it's just, because think about it, Leash hit a big bucket that was bringing Thailand within 1 point of the promised land.
Yes, it was.
You could not beat them by 4 or 5 and qualify. You had to beat them by 6 and more.
Yeah.
And beating someone by 6, it's a convincing win. We're talking about a big win.
It was the win of the day.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable saying that.
But it really is the way it happened. It's not just doing it, it's the way it happened, because you had to play a little bit out of character. You have your biggest bruiser and strongest man in the paint who ended up being your best shooter. That was really, really, really quite a show.
No, it was incredible. So keep an eye on their big fella in the middle, Christopher Deeker. Man, Christoph was Jesus Christoph. He was the savior. He was the savior for them.
You went there, Jesus. Jesus.
That might be his new nickname. I don't want to get too religious, but my God, that was an out-of-body experience. That he had 10 points. He had 10 points in that win over Thailand.
Well, I'll tell you
to
what,
win that three-way tie to emerge here. So shout out.
When you say Jesus, you speak to everybody's soul. It doesn't matter which religion you're associated with. Everybody will understand.
Christoph. That's what we're going to go with. Christopher. He's such a shocking performance because he was, he's a brute. He beat you up in the post, and all of a sudden he has 4 twos in that game.
Yeah.
And that's how they arrived here.
Knowing he didn't hit 1 in the previous. That's what you got to also mention.
Yes.
It's not the fact that he's capable or not capable. It's more so like, what have you shown before that game?
Yes. Who's going to show up in this game? 10 minutes on the clock. The players are on the court. Vietnam in possession from the QD. Now they're in the main draw, the main show.
If you make that kind of mistake defensively, and if you don't switch up and communicate, you're going to have a very short-lived game if you're Qatar.
So that was Kyle Koa Dang Tran starting the action with a 2-piece only to see it answered. Qatar got some firepower too. Here we go.
Yeah, and Qatar has length.
Deeker way out in the deep end like usual. That's his new comfort zone. That's his hot spot just in front of the logo. Hashim. That one off the rim. Muslims doing work underneath. 1 point advantage, Dierker. Decides to kick it this time. Jay Young, no good.
Qatar, a team that has probably the most length out of all teams in the competition. Big roster, Kyle. Big roster, a new face roster as well. A lot of players that we're not that used to see at this level of competition wearing the national team jersey.
Neda Muslic, we've seen a ton of him. He's played professionally on the World Tour bunch. He's got 38 international caps. That is second on the team. And of course, Bobo Magasa. The defense. Young, floating, missed it. Wilson found his way back to him. You're gonna try to post up Bobo? That's a no-no. Tanding as Bobo Magasa snags the rebound. He'll hand it over. Abasha. I like the young fella's game. I don't like the pass that he just made. That was not the right way to go with that. Dierker, he will miss that time.
I would like to see Dierker a little bit more in the paint and like hit them up with both.
Well,
because he can do both. See, like, you just don't be predictable now.
No, but here's where I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think his game in the post against Bobo, there's some big bodies on this Qatar team. I don't think that favors him. I think he should be extending the floor in a game like this. You want to get Bobo on the perimeter and then maybe drive by him.
I think he can get a bucket on anybody down low, Kyle.
I don't know about that. Look at Bobo. He got shoulders big as boulders. And you want to post that man up, you gonna leave hurt.
No, but I think that outside of Bobo.
Oh, where are good jab step? A lackluster pass,
nice,
but a delectable splash. 6-5, Vietnam.
Vietnam riding the wave of their win against Thailand, Kyle. You can see that there's confidence on that squad at this moment. And there's the most important, belief that they can do it.
Well, also, we'll go back to your theory of having those qualifying draw games and getting the nerves out as Hashim elevates and scores. Oh, nice move on the baseline, KDT. Magasa trying to use that brute force. Saeed eyeing a two-piece. It is too long as Young will corral it up top to Koa. It's a Noah for me. He will miss it badly, but
I think he got blocked.
Did he? He's claiming.
Yeah. I think he got blocked. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he had some dope shoes on the other day.
Yeah,
we posted it on the gram.
The cowboy shoes?
Yeah. There was some meaning to that. They better step up. Hand down, man down.
How about Abasha? Giving Qatar the lead again.
Yeah, Abasha. He's got his first nod on the national team just a couple of years ago. Young, but coming up. I like what I'm seeing so far. He's certainly shooting it better than I've normally seen him do it at just 20 years old.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're forgetting. He's been around the block for a while, and you're thinking like, hey, he must not be that young, but he is. It's just the fact that they've been giving him a lot of experience early, and he's a kid that they're building this program around for sure.
8-7 game. 1 point lead for the 2013 Asia Cup champs, Qatar. Here's how the action started. Koa Dang Tran knocking down the two, only to see it answered right back. Both teams pulling out the two shooters. Busting and busting back. Koa Tran Dang. of Tran. Dang! Can't finish, but nice attack. Once he sees it, you know, little alleyway, some daylight. It's on a beeline to the bucket, putting pressure on that interior Qatar defense. And I like the aggression from him at the start.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing soft about him except his curls. And maybe that shimmy was a little, maybe that shimmy was a slightly. Anyway, 8-8.
I was not prepared to see that shimmy.
I mean, I need to know what kind of conditioner that man uses.
I know which one.
Chia.
Soul Glow.
Gee, on the inside, you're 2 for 2. You're 2 for 2 today. I want you to know that. Soul Glow. You get to play the capital of. Oh, never mind.
Very nice. Very nice.
KT going to work. But they're not far away. Seoul's the capital of the Republic of Korea.
That's correct.
Yes, but yeah. Focus, would you, Angelo, please? 9-9. Everything even, as a matter of fact, fouls too. DJ Last got the bass bumping. The vibes are right here at the OCBC Square, Singapore. We are back for the 4th straight year. Time flies when you have. I couldn't believe that this is our 4th straight year in Singapore.
It does fly.
Bobo. Bobo. He's got the muscle, but he can't finish under the rim. High for the rebound. Magasa comes down with it. They are pestering Magasa.
And that's going to be Vietnam ball. Great hands, and it's off the hips. Thighs of Abaship.
So Qatar going with a bigger squad this year.
Yeah, they're going with the big bodies for sure.
Big bodies. Versatility is king. And that's a quick reach-in foul, the 4th on Qatar. And now an offensive foul. Nobody wants to hold on to the rock. Nobody wants it.
It's giving season.
Let's try to hold on to it. Ooh, that was a tornadic spin. I think he left some debris. Dierker, too long. Everybody going up to get that. Look at the battle for this when Dierker hits the deck. Bobo, whoa! He's had way too much protein in his diet.
He took
that was an easy pass to make, but look at this.
He took the booster shot right before the protein shakes.
Cyclone, spin.
It's the pre-workout, you know, the pre-workout.
Mike, you know, when he was a baby, he was drinking muscle milk.
Yeah.
He wasn't drinking regular, no Similac for him. It was muscle milk for Bobo.
With creatine. Extra shots.
Bobo trying to find an open shooter. He's got one. Oh, he'll miss it. Tan Din says, come get some of that. 2-piece, no biscuit.
How about that? 3 seconds in the paint. Bobo never left.
So that is not a good sequence for Qatar as Vietnam is starting to feel themselves.
I'll tell you one thing, Kyle. One thing that Vietnam has done great, every time they had an opportunity to get a free look, they made that free look. They did not miss. Oh, right back at you, but you got to finish what you start, though.
(10-11). This game led by the slimmest of margins by Vietnam. The QD entry into this Pool D main draw. Meslam. Netum. Muslic going to the spin move. Drops it off. Oh, met up top. Muslic, though, didn't forget to tip.
That's going to be the 15th foul against Qatar.
(11, 5-5 points and fouls going down between Qatar and Vietnam. Here's Christopher. Dierker attacking. Abasher not happening. Muslich swings it. They quickly close out. They don't want Saeed getting no looks. He's got 4 to shoot. He better do something. This time it is Nedum who takes the shot. Saeed will corral the rebound. Saeed wants the screen. Muslim sets it with his backside, and that hits the right side of the glass. Nothing happening there. Dierker had a lane to drive.
Yeah.
Decided to step out. Meantime, Justin Young.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hashim. Oh, man, nice touch as the young gun gets one to fall from deep, and that gives Qatar a 2-point advantage. Substitutions will be made for both. Justin Young having a seat, as will Hashim.
Yeah, Basher right now showing some sweet outside touch. That helps Qatar feeling that they can take control of this game.
Up top, Tran couldn't get it to land. Dierker steps back. Bobo Magasa with the block. Dierker with another attempt, and he comes up shy yet again. Now, that's not good spacing.
3 seconds in the paint. Bobo has been camping out.
It's not good spacing. They had Muslich and Bobo in the same spot. And now time for that media timeout as we are just a tick under 4 minutes to go in this one. From OCBC Square, the action is fast and furious. 10-minute sprint, 3x3 here at the Asia Cup 8th edition. Some of the dandies in this one. Saeed providing one. There's Den putting it in from deep. The action underneath the glass has been furious as well, and some nice shooting on display in a game separated by just 2 points. Kyle Montgomery, that's my name. They call me the voice. And Angelo Sakarakis, the czar. Oh, yes, sir, it is dime time.
Beautiful pass, but it's all about the composure, not rushing.
Bobo can't hit the 17-footer. You can't leave shooters. So he'll avoid a 2-piece just that time. Crisis averted. Saeed, he's eyeing the deuce, and he'll have to get reloaded. Tran, baseline.
Nice ball movement, Kyle.
And he doesn't pay him off. Young will get another chance. He swings
pass.
it. Now it's Koa Dang Tran doing his dang thing. Yeah, he's strapped. He's strapped. Second 2-ball of the game. He's feeling it.
Telling you, Vietnam has been quite efficient, knocking down those open looks. That's the only way they can come up victorious. That's the only way. There is too much length and size on this Qatar squad. The paint has been closed for business, but the 2-point range has been quite the tool for them to make this Qatar squad play with a lot of doubt and a lot of stress.
Very, very likely going to be the difference in a game like this, as we are under the 3-minute mark. Not exactly crunch time, but we are approaching it. Dierker, no good, and then gets called for the foul.
You see, I think, and I maintain what I'm saying, they can definitely use him against Al-Bashir, against Saeed down low. His bruising ability is something that he's kind of forgetting. That would be a big bucket here. Oh, that's a big bucket, Kyle. That's a big bucket.
You know what? He must practice his 2-point shots like that. None of them go directly in. It's always front iron and then trickles, but man.
He's on target,
He's got a gentle touch. Oh, see? This is why this isn't a game where Dierker can bully. He's hit the deck a couple times in this one.
I think that he wanted to draw that foul. He could have stayed up, but there's no reason to stay up if you can draw the foul.
Well,
legitimately.
Qatar bring that size. They will not be pushed around, I promise you that. Jonathan turns it over. Crossover.
Ooh.
Hashim, oh! Hashim the dream.
I like what you did there.
Justin, Young Money, Young Moolah, baby, inside.
Great pass.
Yes.
Basher, he's the man of the hour for Qatar. He's the man of the hour. If Qatar can escape a very scrappy Vietnam team, they can say thank you to the young buck of the squad playing with a whole lot of maturity.
Again, Abasher at 20 years old. Got a great frame for 3x3, 201, and he's 84 kilos. Koa Tron. If they put him on Bobo's weight program, look out for this kid in 2 years, jab step. He don't even need the weight.
I don't want to put him on the Bobo weight program. I just want to keep him on the skill development program where he plays with confidence, use up the matchup when he needs to. If you get the sweet outside shooting touch.
His lead scorer in this game, couple of twos to go down.
Oh, by far.
He's punishing on the inside. You see how he feels
and he's made some
contact?
great passes too.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, he's going to set the screen, get him the ball. There you go. Let the kid
see another great pass.
Orchestrate, doing a great job setting the table for teammates, and they are feasting at the moment. Qatar lead it by 3. Jay Young, 2-ball, top of the glass. And a shot clock violation with 1:21 to go. Qatar could end it with a 2-piece. Their best 2-point shooter, at least in this game, is on the bench, however, for this. So Saeed will play on with Munslich and Bobo. Whose song is this? Is this Lonzo Ball song?
No, LiAngelo.
Oh, LiAngelo Ball song. What's the name of this one? Ooh, I saw like
Swerve, I think.
Swerve? Game point. Qatar. Dierker, no sir. This game is going to be over with. Right up. Oh, wow. Munslich sacrificing his body to try to get to the line. He earns the whistle. So Qatar, their biggest advantage in this game is going to be that physicality. And they have expressed it, utilized it, and they are a free throw make away from getting in the win column to start this competition. Munslich will do the honors, but the stroke was broke from the line. LiAngelo song, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
LiAngelo Ball.
Munslich. Mustard. Game time.
Well, Hashim the Dream, I like the concept of that nickname. If he can sustain that type of performance, he might earn it.
Which nickname is that?
Hashim the Dream.
Yes. Well, he was a nightmare for Vietnam. That is for sure. The 20-year-old for Qatar getting the job done as they get the W. Women's competition up next. You don't want to go anywhere because then you would miss the Tall Ferns, looking to start 2-0 and secure the top seed in their group. They got the Republic of Korea out of the qualifying draw. Women's Pool A action up next from OCBC Square here in Singapore. Enjoy the highlights. Back to women's Group A action. As we will get another look at New Zealand. The Tall Ferns were able to get a win over China to open up our main draw action. Now they get a quick Republic of Korea team that finished qualifying draw action unbeaten. But they were in the draw that had less teams, so only 3 teams, so 2 games under their belt, a little less trip off the tires. Now they will have to do battle against the Tall Ferns, who are trying to win their 2nd gold medal at the Asia Cup. Is this the squad to do it? I tell you what, they'll be going into day number 5 with a lot of confidence if they get a win here and obviously sweep the group.
Yeah.
So their last order of business today. So we head into game number 5 of the day already.
Yeah.
I felt like I just sat down with my Starbucks coffee and got settled in, but time is flying. We're having fun. We hope you are too, wherever you may be watching from. Maybe the North Island, maybe the South Island. Out there in New Zealand. What up, y'all? What's happening? What are you watching out there from Seoul, Republic of Korea? What's up, y'all? From the Voice in the Zone. Hey.
Look, give me my cable back.
Behave yourself. I wish we had a camera over here on the broadcast booth throughout the whole tournament so they can see
the madness,
the misbehavior of a grown man who's, what are you, 40,
wearing a red hat.
Yeah, 47, and he's acting like he's 14.
47? You just made me close to a 50-year-old.
Did I miss a year? I'm sorry. 48 in June.
That is mean, knowing you're older than me.
All right. We know about New Zealand squad. Sean Pupuke Robati put on a show in their opener and led the way with a double-digit performance. Finished with 13 points in that game, which is crazy.
With the dimes.
Had it all. Had it all.
With the boards.
Here's the Republic of Korea. So they will look to pull off an upset here. Utilize the speed to their advantage. So we will see if they're able to match up against the favored 8 seed in New Zealand.
I'll tell you one thing, if New Zealand can keep up with the good work defensively and make sure that they keep Lee off the driving lanes and also not allowing her to catch fire from outside two-point land, Tall Ferns are a lock-in first seed. But if fatigue kicks in after the first battle with China, and some way, somehow, they don't make as good of an effort to contest every shot the way they did against China and to make everything hard, it could be kind of a tricky situation. So it's really in the hands of the Tall Ferns. I think that they have control over their destiny more than most teams in this event. But Republic of Korea is a team that plays with a lot of composure, and they have a clear vision of how they want to execute. So I'm looking forward to see whether New Zealand will start up the game with the best intensity and the same intensity that I've seen them play with China.
For the Tall Ferns, this is where those defensive slides have to pay off, because Korea are going to put the ball on the floor and they are going to try to penetrate, get them off balance, apply pressure, and again, use their speed to their advantage with Daeyeon Lee, Yena Lee, Yoo Jung-hae, and Yoon Ha Song. Here's Lee.
Just mentioned it, didn't you?
Yeah, she does. She gets a step and goes with a little soft kiss off the glass as the Republic of Korea will get the opening score. Reaching foul, however, on the ladies in blue. As the Tall Ferns will get a chance to get reset.
The Korean boys showing love to the ladies. They did not make it to the main draw, but you can hear them. They give a lot of poise, they give a lot of energy.
So up top to 2-3, Daeyeon Lee. Lee moving right in a sprint past Sean Robate.
She is so good.
And yes.
And I mentioned it, Kyle, and you did too, parallel to my thought process. It's all about making sure that New Zealand manages to keep Lee out the paint and stay focused. But it takes a toll on you to win against China. That first matchup will definitely be felt. So now, the Republic of Korea needs to make sure they give their very best effort if they want to have any chance of moving on.
Well, I think if Republic of Korea, if they spread the floor, right, and allow themselves to have some open lanes, if they can finish at the rim, because that's difficult against a tall Ferns team that obviously has a lot of length, and they're going to contest shots. If they can finish, they're going to have a shot in this game.
Anderson with the bully ball down low.
Lead no good. Sean Papuke Robati, strong with the rock. He's going to skip it down to the baseline. Anderson forces up a tough shot. Hey, credit the Republic of Korea defense. Yeah. Here early, they are applying some pressure. Pressure. Langton up top. 2.1 to shoot. Up fake. She misses it all. Shot clock violation. If you're new to 3x3, welcome. You probably will not leave once you see how fast this game goes. 10-minute games, 12-second shot clocks. It is played at a frenetic pace.
You got to take that layup. You got to take that layup. Don't be too unselfish.
Ohio is denied. Girl by. Robati inside. Now they're going to feature Anderson. And Anderson does not deliver that time after scoring on her last attempt. Baseline. Uh-oh.
Snatch your soul out of your body.
She got snatched. Called a popo. An abduction has just occurred. 3-1.
She got incepted. Leonardo DiCaprio style.
I like that. That's one of my favorite moves, by the way.
It's a great move.
I hadn't thought about that in a while. You know, another good one with DiCaprio was Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Remember that one? There's Robati. She starts what they finish, or finishes what they started. Come on, get yourself together. Off the glass and out. Robati dribbles into trouble.
Republic of Korea using the momentum built through qualifying draw action, and the good thing for them is that they had a day of rest yesterday. They took care of business in day one. They didn't have to play yesterday.
Robati gets a hand on that one, causes the deflection and the turnover. Working the two-lady action, that's a big bump right there.
Robati has been doing such a good job because most players make offensive fouls a lot on those kind of situations where they catch the ball at the elbow, and whenever they're facing back up, they stick their hips out too far. But Puke Robati does not do it. She stands straight up. You'll see it again. Always capable of going for a two-lady action on the opposite or drive for herself. This time around, it's the first time that she actually stopped her dribble prematurely.
But a big difference in the way that the Tall Ferns have begun this goal. Oh, she sold the clip. Song's got to sing a different tune.
She smiles about it. I like the spirit.
Got to shake that. Sometimes it's so easy that it ain't easy.
Yeah.
She was so wide open, and it was just like
too awkward.
Yeah. So they will get it down low, and that is missed dribble by Langton. Now Song will have a chance for redemption. 4-2 start, Republic of Korea. They're pressuring Sharn all the way out to the two-point arc. You can see the frustration on her face. Langton getting it down to Sharn. Nothing coming easy as Republic of Korea have put the handcuffs on New Zealand here early.
Kyle, there is a reason why I'm mentioning fatigue to you. Because you have to be able to provide the same type of ball movement, off-ball movement, and intensity defensively. Republic of Korea is doing a really good job at this right now. But New Zealand is a bit too stagnant. They I think count on the bully ball down low a little bit too much. They need to find some type of off-ball movement or maybe too lady action. They haven't played the pick and roll at all. They haven't been able to get any kind of situation where you have more than 2 or 3 passes, and that is being felt right now offensively.
They do look a little gassed here as we're about 3 minutes in. Hale chunks to Deuce. Lee with the rebound, up fake. Out to Lee. Jab step, drive, kick, two-piece. Swish-alicious. Sweet stroke from the corner. And it's 6 Deuce.
Look at the defense. They make everything so hard.
Sean drops the shoulder and drops the J.
But you know how many seconds were left on the possession? 1.5. That means that they could not even come up with anything as they had to struggle to just take the ball out of the zone.
And Anderson struggling. Trying to stay in it and keep battling in a game that, oh wow, even see that as the physical attrition wears on you, so does the mental attrition. And you see some of those mental mistakes here from the Tall Ferns. That is going to be a foul. Anderson, she turned her hip too soon to begin the box out before the shooter came down. And that will draw the whistle. 2 free throws upcoming for the Republic of Korea. As Yu Jung Heo up to the charity stripe, trying to add to this lead.
Yeah, trust me, Kyle. New Zealand is feeling the kickback from the game 1.
Yeah, it's been night and day for the Tall Ferns in this one, but still not very early.
There are 2 factors to this game right now. The incredible energy from Republic of Korea, pressuring tremendously. Because the thing is, we're not giving enough credit to their ability to contest everything. And one key aspect that the best teams do so well, they pressure the ball before it even gets out clear. They make your life super hard just to clear the ball. You're wasting so much energy and precious seconds just to be able to be allowed to attack.
Sharn on the attack, and she's going to deliver the mail in the post office. 8-4, though. They still got some work to do, and Korea are not letting their foot off the accelerator. To the crib, misses. Offensive rebound will set them up for another try. Lee leaves her feet, and Robati got a foot on that.
Let me tell you that they will rest tomorrow for the ladies in Pool A. New Zealand escapes against Republic of Korea. It's not going to be luxury taken for granted, trust me.
Turnaround Jay, no good. Another offensive rebound and another foul. Just the second on New Zealand, but it's a shooting foul. So a trip to the free throw line for number 2-3, De Leon Lee. I don't think I've seen a free throw routine like that before. She kind of bounces on her tippy toes.
Yeah.
And gets it to trickle in. Whatever works. Things working pretty well for Republic of Korea right now.
That's the first time that we got more than 2 passes for Team New Zealand.
Sharn will track it down. Coming off a monstrous performance, great pass. Anderson needs to see another one go. She does, using the left that time. Anderson, defending up top. Fade away, no good. Loose ball to who? Anderson has it. Clear. Sharn just out of reach.
Anderson is cooked right now. She's really, really tired.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, playing in this humidity. I mean, we got some cloud cover today, but make no mistake, if y'all watch it from home, it's hot, it's sticky, and those conditions factor in, even with pretty well-conditioned athletes. So, Anderson able to get it out and poked away.
But the thing about this is Anderson, who's been so strong and providing a great offensive boost for New Zealand, playing tough to the basket in the paint. It takes a toll on your body when you're playing repetitive one-on-one. Repetitive, down low, back to the basket, bumping. Then you start missing a lot of what seems to be easy opportunities, and beyond that, defensively, you got to keep playing hard, right?
Yeah.
And once again, that takes a toll on your body again. So that's what you're seeing for Team New Zealand at this very moment.
Up fake. Got Robati off her feet. Pull up. No good. Anderson has done a good job on the glass.
Oh, great job.
But they are going to cherish this next media timeout, which is coming up on the next dead ball. But New Zealand certainly need it. Robati. She's going to work like it's Monday morning. And she'll set up shop down in the body shop. You're going to get these dents. Robati continuing to lead the way for New Zealand. Active hands, there's the dead ball.
Hey, Pupuke Robati has saved the day so many times defensively, because Republic of Korea has always kept up with the off-ball movement and the backdoor cutting and the rolling to the basket. And how many deflections have we seen from Pupuke Robati where the ball could have gone through and given an opportunity for a wide open layup for Republic of Korea, but Pupuke Robati keeps her hands active, and these are the little hustle plays, because it takes a whole lot of energy to keep your arms up, Kyle. It takes a whole lot of energy.
We've been talking about, you know, the fact that New Zealand looked a little fatigued. We talked, if you remember last game, Kaylee Smiler had that collision.
Yeah.
She is not entered this game. She is not entered this game. So that injury may be more serious than we thought. Republic of Korea are certainly serious in this game. They are not playing around. They have a 4-point lead, and matters get worse for the Tall Ferns. They turn it over. 8 to shoot, no need to rush.
Anderson needs to do a better job feeding the ball inside to Pupuke Robati.
They don't have a sub right now. That's the reason why. So Anderson is not going to get a spin, not going to get a breather.
Right.
And neither will anybody else is until Smiley is able to play, if she is able to play.
You see that layup miss right there? It's all about fatigue.
De Leon sees some daylight. Missed it off the glass. Pupuke Robati will corral it, gives it over. Langton inside, poked away, quick hands.
Yeah.
R.O.K. with the rock. Okay. 12-7. And it looks like New Zealand are going to. Now Anderson was saying, I want a timeout. Sharn says not yet. Robati coming into this year's edition of the Asia Cup in great condition, you can tell from her physique this year. But just how much do they have in the tank? Oh,
shit.
Yep, that was almost a mental miscue. That's what happens when you get tired, man. You get delirious. Nobody home, leave a message at the beat. Sharn keeps her squad within 4, but just 2 minutes to play. And each team with a timeout still.
Delirious like Eddie.
That's a throwback. You remember that?
Oh, yes.
Eddie Murphy. Of course you do.
80s, baby.
Double A needs some energy. Misses the fadeaway. 2-ball on the way, is still flying.
That's a good break for New Zealand right there.
Every second counts.
Yes.
Every second counts. Victor Uribe I think we got some good photos this tournament so far.
I hope so.
Oh, that one's not going to be good for you. We got some mustard in your mustache. You might want to wipe that off.
You would have said ketchup, I would have believed you. But
Oh, that's
mustard,
right. That's right. Yeah,
but mustard,
you're our ketchup guy. That's right.
I am Mr. Ketchup.
Well, is New Zealand going to catch up?
That's a good question.
We're going to find out indeed with now under 2 minutes to play in this contest, or right around that mark, and a 2-possession lead for the Republic of Korea. 151 exactly, 12-8 the score in favor of the Republic of Korea. Out of the qualifying draw. Down to Sean, deep in the post. And that is a shooting foul.
Langton did a much better job this time around, not rushing to feed inside. She took that extra dribble she didn't take against China, and she made the right pass to give Puke Robati the ball down low. With now bonus looming over the heads of the ladies of Republic of Korea, and that could be a factor late in the game.
Rebound comes back to Sean. Spinning like a fidget.
And they cannot foul any longer. That's the reason why it's going to get easier.
Republic of Korea with 6 fouls, that's right. A 3-point lead in a minute 27 to go. Oh, Sean fell asleep. There's the wake-up call. Off the glass and in. 2-ball, that might be enough to put this one away.
I'm not sure she fell asleep because you can see like Robati apologized. She probably poked her in the face.
Yeah, that's
so
what it
she
looked
kind of
like.
backed up in a way of saying like, hey, I'm not trying to foul anybody.
Yep. Offensive foul. And you know, this game, if you're new to 3x3, this game is an indication. Even if a team is the more powerful, maybe more talented when you look at the Tall Ferns, without a substitute in 3x3, it is so difficult to get a win when your 3 players, nobody gets a breather. And
Kyle, I'm thinking about something that is quite dangerous for Team New Zealand right now. Let me tell you, they need to come up with some buckets, and they need to come up with buckets quick.
it's the 9 points that they have in the event of a 3-way tie.
Yes.
Langton, drive and kick. Anderson airmails it straight over to Korea. 7-point lead. This game is well in hand. Taste the vapors.
I tell you what New Zealand will hope for. They're going to hope that Republic of Korea beats China. That's what they hope for. They don't want a 3-way tie at this point.
No. And the way that Republic of Korea played in this game, you got to give them a good chance against China. 22 seconds left. Sean chunks the deuces. And another try. That also off the iron, out of bounds. And 12 seconds left, so turn the shot clock off. Republic of Korea is probably still...
Republic of Korea right now has set itself up for a quarterfinal action. Let me tell you, Kyle.
I don't think they should be running out the clock here, though. They should be looking to score, and they will get one more. Last heave for New Zealand, and an 18-9 blowout. New Zealand without Kaylee Smiler in this one, no substitute and no energy to keep up with the speed of the Republic of Korea, who keep the good times rolling. They are undefeated here in Singapore from the qualifying draw to the main draw. They will play China later today, but an impressive win for the Republic of Korea and potentially a devastating loss for the Tall Ferns. We'll see how things play out. We got men's action coming up next. Chinese Taipei against qualifying draw entry India up next. Slated to check ball in about 5 minutes. Enjoy the highlights. Congrats. Republic of Korea gave them that work. All right. Fellas say ho. The ladies just said ah. Now we get the men back in action from Singapore. Pool B action. We saw Chinese Taipei run into it against China. Played a good game for most of the game, but China just simply overpowered Chinese Taipei. And if they want to advance to the quarterfinals, they will have to go through India, who both Angelo and myself think that they've shown enough to prove that they could be a quarterfinal team, they could be a medal team at this edition of the Asia Cup. So it doesn't get any easier for Chinese Taipei against this India team that's about to come out. But look at their squad again.
Well, it's going to be a good test, though. I want to see India in the main draw, how they approach the main draw, which is a different competition. Even though we're still in the Asia Cup, the qualifying draw is kind of like a tournament of its own. And you have to be able to translate the dominance you've shown in the qualifying draw in the main draw.
It's the prerequisite to the main draw. They passed the test, and with flying colors, I might add.
Yes.
And now they come to the main draw with plenty of confidence and plenty of talent. Singh hasn't even got loose yet, and trust me, he's a player. Prince has been dominant.
Yes.
And that nobody's been better than him. To me, top men's player out of the qualifying draw,
for sure.
with Sahedi as well for Iran.
Yes.
Yeah. So those two head and shoulders.
I'll add something that you can relate to, Kyle.
What's that?
Having a great SAT score gets you in the best schools. But once you're in the best school, don't you have to perform if you want to get your degree?
well,
now you have to go get that degree, right? Having a great SAT doesn't give you that diploma. So that's what I mean about Team India at this moment.
Teach Professor Angelo. The czar, giving us something to think about heading into this one. You got to look at India's 4. The Gar is the star of the show for them. We'll see if he continues to put on for his city.
That could be a nice nickname for him, for sure. The Star.
Could be.
The Star, nickname given by the Czar.
Hey, I'm the one giving the nicknames around here, buddy.
I don't have any participation credits.
All right, fine. We're going to see. Anxious for this one. This is actually the last game of the first session. Can you believe that?
Oh, it's going fast now. As soon as you get to the main draw, the flow of the games, the quality on the court all around, it's just like a breeze.
We can use a breeze right now. Midday, it's getting sticky, hot. The sun is peeking through the overcast. And the players are going to have to deal with that more than us. It's back on one more again. Chinese Taipei, they need to win. They need to win if they want to stay alive. They got India in front of them. And Prince.
Well, I will add to that. They need to win, and they need to win big. Because their scoring output against China, in the case of a 3-way tie, potentially.
Well, they finished with, I think, 12 points in that game, 11, something like that.
I'll check it immediately. It was barely over 10, that's for sure.
So, yeah, they're going to have to manufacture some offense against a tough defensive India team. Yu gets it out. Chin, Hezi, driving strong left. That's a grown man bucket right there. Yes, indeed.
10 points, that's what I thought, 21-10.
Prince will swing it over. Up fake. Muthu, nothing happened in that time, and then the guy gets caught in a tough position and is whistled for the foul. Chin to them, so Chinese Taipei not afraid to attack on the inside despite the length of this India team.
Kyle, remember what I said about the effort, how remarkable I thought it was for Team China, as defensively they gave a great energy. Remember how they denied everything, they prevented Chinese Taipei to even go for any kind of collaboration. They couldn't hand it off. They couldn't pass it out. They couldn't do anything for so many possessions. And that's something that you cannot take for granted, because this Chinese Taipei squad, however young it is very skillful, is very talented. So you got to respect it.
Gagar slicing like a dagger to the rim in a 2-1 start. Chinese Taipei continue to attack. Gagar fires a blank that time. Active hands on the inside, but Singh does not come away with it. Instead, the boys in white do. Chinese Taipei operating. Up top, they swing it. Drive left, drive right, spin left. That one is left short instead. Triple C is double teamed, and he draws the foul.
Gagar caught with his hands in the cookie jar right now.
Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Y'all didn't say that back when you were young? So-and-so putting his hands in the cookie jar. You're supposed to say, who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? No?
That is not something I'm familiar with. I apologize.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Ooh,
Prince going with the win. Tough shot. Oh, did that change possession?
No,
Smart.
no. You have to have control of the ball.
Smart play by Chen. Recognizing that. Deuce is launched and missed. 4-2. India, who outlasted Philippines in a tough qualifying draw group, arrive here in the main draw and are getting tested early. First 2 minutes of play belong to Chinese Taipei.
You mentioned the Philippines. India needs to approach this game against Chinese Taipei with the exact same intensity defensively, because these are two teams that are quite similar when I'm mentioning Philippines and Chinese Taipei. Fast, looking to shoot, and looking to drive.
He's got his driver's license and put it to use. Gagar, India within one. Chen, devastating jab step, but the stroke was not stroking. 1 point game for now. Yu. Over to Chen. Chen with the jab step. Chen. Oh, that was nearly a beautiful finish. Dagger with the fake, falling away off the iron, can't get his own tip. Dagger with the pressure on inside.
It's not an easy task for Team India, having played quite a few games in the qualifying draw, to come back out giving the energy necessary. It's taken a few minutes for them to really get into their groove, and you have to give the credit to Chinese Taipei for that. But you can tell, like, as the minutes go along, India is feeling a little bit better, starting to play a little bit better.
Foul on the floor. Four fouls on India. 2 more to give. Chinese Taipei trying to continue to apply the pressure. What an entry pass. And great position, which will draw the foul and earn a trip to the stripe for Chinese Taipei. They won't shoot the free throw until we come out of this media timeout, the first of this 10-minute sprint. Chia Chuan Chen will shoot it after they both get a rest. Welcome to the main draw, India. Things a little bit different here as the competition stiffens. Free throw. You better believe it. All cash at the stripe.
Getting clear on the shot attempt.
Wow.
Kevin Durant toes.
India they have been out of sync. This is kind of uncharacteristic of them.
You know what I told you about the SAT?
Yeah, well,
Just saying.
they passed the test. Now they're being taken to school. It's a one-point game, but Chinese Taipei have clearly played better. But I think that's good news, though, for India because they've been out of sync. They haven't looked so sharp, but they only trail this game by a point.
Correct.
So nothing to worry about. They got plenty of time to get things back in order.
Oh, beautiful.
He's the most dangerous thing out of India since a tiger. He is on the attack. A predator in blue for India.
That's the last foul that India can afford to make, Kyle. Now bonus land is awaiting Chinese Taipei on the next whistle.
So the guard continues to prove that he's the man to rely on for India. Oh, sent Prince to the floor. Dagar from the top of the key. Muthu going to the spin move.
He needed to make that extra pass on Prince.
Very few clean looks for India. Long rebound, tracked down and stolen. Prince got a hand on it. Dagar up top, chunks the deuces, missed it. Prince though flies in for the rebound and puts India up by 1. Undefeated India, by the way. 3-0 out of that qualifying draw. Oh, that was smacked. Prince got the fingerprints on it, but unable to prevent the make on the inside.
That's the driving kick I was waiting for.
Prince. Oops. And a foul on the floor. Oh, wait, no. Does that count? That motion is bucket counts, continuation. 4th on Chinese Taipei. So India.
That's what India needs to revert to, Kyle. The last action that we saw, that's what made him so successful in the qualifying draw. They can't just go to playing straight up one-on-one. They don't have the same type of energy they had in the qualifying draw. They need to revert to playing team basketball. They've played great. Everybody getting involved, everybody being a factor and dangerous.
Ching. Man, he is having it his way. He's so tough on that drive. Goes to that drop step over the left shoulder. The guard gets sent packing. Great defense. Trying to turn it into some offense. Ching! What a finish from that man.
15 foul. Chinese Taipei still has 1 to give before sending India to the free throw line.
Muthu, he's got a shooter up top, Prince. And stroke is not stroking, he is offline. And while India have managed to keep this game manageable, they'd like to see some twos start to fall. Right now we got an 8-8 tie. Chinese Taipei, the more desperate of the two teams after losing to China to start the action, they need a win if they hope to extend their hopes of medaling here in Singapore. A win for, obviously, India would secure their spot in the quarterfinals.
Yes. It's a big game for both teams for multiple reasons, but India really has the most at stake right now because even in the case of a 3-way tie, Chinese Taipei starting probably from too far, having only scored 10 points against China. We already have that discussion, but it's good to remind our viewers the problematic for teams when they have two low scoring games.
Oh, lay something.
Switch of hands. No fouls to be given.
Yeah, India in the penalty. Not a good place to be in. right now, and great awareness. Chinese Taipei are going to continue to attack on the inside. Prince turned the corner. Prince elevates a little kiss off the glass. Finesse finish from India's big man. Chinese Taipei still leading by 1. Chin decides to shoot at long range that time. Oh, behind the back. Tony, get lost, and he listened.
But you know who gave him the information, right? Because he was thinking about shooting, and Dagar said, drive him, drive him. You could tell he's on the sideline, guiding his teammates. Even when he's not scoring, always dishing. He's providing the right intel.
Oh, nice step back, 2-ball. Contact on the shot. So Muthu is having a pretty good appearance here. He was quiet in group play. And that's a welcome sight for India. Dagar has not been as dominant as we've seen, so you need the reinforcements to reinforce as we see Dagar get the score. He's played well, don't get me wrong, but just not as dominant as we saw in the qualifying draw. And off the miss, it's cleaned up.
But that's a good sign for India.
Sure.
Because if you can escape in the main draw, a very scrappy Chinese Taipei team, a very combative team that will not go away, that will not go down easy, then it's very promising for you because you're not even showing your best hand yet.
Muthu puts it through. 3:27 left in this one. And a chance at a 2-point lead pending this shot attempt, which falls. Chin in the corner, down to the block. You will be punished. Great play on the interior. The guard turns the corner. Put that back. No, not yet. Kicked out, up fake, 2-ball. Yeah. 14-13, Chinese Taipei in front.
That's hurtful for India.
Move through, giving them the business, no suit and tie necessary.
He's a baller.
Up fake, Chin. Oh, he got his pocket picked. Watch your wallet. Oh, Muthu putting on a show right now.
Translating great defense into even better offense.
He's fatigued though.
Yeah.
Oh, I like your cut, G. Was that a low fade? 15-15. The guy from the Indio logo. He will drive to the left, Kicked out. Triple C trying to double up. 2 pieces missed. Muthu, I think he's earned the right to tell people to get out the way. Makes the extra pass and misses it, but see, he's got the tip this time. Chin, tough attempt.
And Muthu, player of the game for India.
Singh, he will draw the foul. He needs a rest.
You're gonna shoot your free throws, Singh, so you gotta stay on the court,
That's what
buddy.
Prince is telling him. He said, "No, come in and shoot him for me, please."
I need a breather. Let me sit down. But think about it, Dagar gets to his spots the same way he did in the qualifying draw, but he's just not converting on those layups. So, at the end of the day, if India can come up victorious in this matchup, knowing that they're, 50%, 60% of what they've been capable of providing us so far in this event. There's a reason why we look at them as a dark horse, even as a medal contender. There's a reason, guys.
Singh at the line, yes. Second one goes. Minute 37.
Trying to lob it up against Singh is not a good idea.
Singh gives it up. Muthu on the drive. He'll reroute. Cross deep. Left to right. Don't doing that dirty, please. Muthu is on a kill streak right now.
Muthu was the X factor. Dagar, who's been the best player for Team India in this event, having an off game. And that lets you know you can count on India because they have depth.
3-point lead for India.
It's not a good shot at all.
No, they still had a lot of time in the shot clock.
And Singh lets Dagar know about it. Like, hey,
we don't need it.
We need a better shot selection here.
Well, I can understand Dagar was trying to end it. Tough attempt. Prince, he will fly in with the rebound. Singh, drive. He got nowhere to go with it. Dagar tracks it down.
Oh, yes.
The dime delivered right on time. Keep the change, you filthy animal. What a find from Dagar. The hustle to track that down. And he throws an absolute seam. Looked like the play was completely ruined. Dagar with the hustle, the bullet pass straight down the middle, and Prince finishing with a soft touch underneath. They failed successfully.
Yes.
Just how they planned it.
But that's the reason why Singh was a bit frustrated with the shot selection right before that, because Dagar has been so good providing them with serenity in times of challenges. And he cannot get carried away feeling frustrated with his individual performance, because in 3x3, obviously you do have individual stats, but you only go as high as your team's success.
Up fake, Kuo. Tough 2 attempt. 30 seconds to go in this one. All India need is 1. That won't help him. Up fake, leans in, kicks out. Watch him. 2 makes it a 2-point game. Chinese Taipei still with life left. That also was an awkward play, but it ends up working out for Chinese Taipei. 22 seconds left. Neither team can foul without free throws following.
If you're India, give the ball to Muthu and get out the way.
Oh, that's a trouble. Yes, it is.
I thought he was going to do a little fadeaway, which would have been the best choice here. He has the skill set to use the glass and make the game.
That one's stolen away. Prince delivers to Singh. Game blouses. Set up by Prince. India win it. 21-18. Now they can go have some pancakes.
Oh,
21-18 W. India dug deep to get that one. Yeah, they did. That was a solid win, and for Chinese Taipei, that means that they're done. So that W will secure the spot in the quarterfinals for India, all the way from the QD. So their next contest will be for the #1 slot in the group, as they will play against China.
They're going for the #1 spot.
Timely, very good. You know what? It's time for us to get out of here for a moment. It's session break time, Angelo. So we're going to give you the highlights from a thriller between India and Chinese Taipei. Then we will have a session break that will include our opening ceremony with some big announcements as it relates to 3x3 in Singapore. So you want to stick around for that. The action will resume here in Singapore at 7 p.m. in the women's competition with Singapore and Vietnam. So we got about a little under 2 hours until we get back to work here in Singapore. Again, opening ceremonies at this 8th edition of the Asia Cup coming right up. Stick around for that, but play will not begin again until 7 p.m. local time. So enjoy the intermission. We will see you in a couple of hours. Man, what a start to the day.
Yep.
You want to see what happens to cap day one of the main draw. See you in a couple of hours.